Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, welcome to Beaver Banished. That sounds really weird, but it's a beaver-based city builder, which has some interesting ideas, and we're going to be checking it out today. And it's a survival city builder, kind of like Banished, but with more layers to it. So we're going to be encountering this today and seeing what it's all about in its very early state. Okay, so first thing I did promise the developers to tell you. First of all, this was provided to me as a review code. I can't believe this graphic is still here. I can't believe I forgot to change it. Okay, look, I promise to tell you this is first early access provided to me. It's not available right now at the time of recording, but it will be entering closed beta on June 18th, 2020, and that will last for 4 weeks. Also, this is early beta, nothing finalized, nothing finished, nothing ready. We're being very clear with this because as long as developers are honest about it being early and unfinished, it's great. It's only when developers release into 1.0 and it's not finished, that's a problem. But this is an early look. Now, this is a failed town that I've made. It's a bit of a mess, and also everyone's dying of starvation, so not good, not good. And it is essentially Banished, a survival city builder where you're building this little colony, but all your people are beavers. Like, I'm not joking, they're straight up beavers. Which I'm not sure if it is too weird or not weird enough. I feel like you could triple down on this and make them almost more anthropomorphic. I don't know, maybe they need clothes. I've seen some screenshots of them with clothes on. Maybe I just haven't discovered clothes yet. Maybe they become more human-like as you advance, but it's straight up beavers on their hind legs with opposable thumbs of some kind. Anyway, they're all thinking of bread, which is because they're starving. So I'm just gonna get out of this and go to new game. Here's the new game. You get to select your kind of beaver. No puns allowed, okay? No puns. No puns in the comments, okay? You get to choose the kind of beaver. There's the common beaver. I haven't unlock the others, but there's Eager Beaver, and there is Fancy Beaver. This one has like higher requirements in terms of decor and stuff like that. The Eager Beaver works more but eats more, but we can only do Common Beaver now. And we've got recommended to play on Canyon. Maps seem to go twice as big as this right now, but obviously none of this is finalized or finished or anything, right? This is just out of alpha into beta. They're going into closed beta. Let's start a new map here. And I have a rudimentary understanding of how things work, and there's some interesting ideas, particularly, as I mentioned, with the layering. So here we go. Here is the start. It seems like they start just putting things down, makeshift beds. Oh, okay, that's what those are. And look at this guy. Look at this guy just sat in the doorway. Isn't that the best thing so far? Also, if you click on them, they do make some noise. I like that. I like that. Just a little bit of personality. A game like this needs so much personality, right? You need to go all out on this. If you're making a beaver-based city builder, I've seen the term lumberpunk because everything is wood-powered. Technically, some of this is water-powered, so I don't know if you can use the term lumberpunk properly, but the term lumberpunk is basically what made me want to look at this game, just because that's an insane idea. Lumberpunk. Anyway, let's use this not finished UI, because it is not finalized, to build some stuff. We can assign, like in Banished, to cut down trees. We're going to cut down all of these trees for when we need them. You can see we can't reach some of those because there is a work area. This labor house, you can only work from within this range, right? You can extend the range by building certain things. For example, there are these labor flags that allow you to extend worker range, but for now we just need to reach those trees. Meanwhile, my other attempt was going to everyone gonna die of starvation, so I'm gonna put down a carrot field immediately. I just want carrots. That is going right now. Let's unpause the game. There is a clock for day-night cycles in the top left. Our beavers do go to sleep. But obviously that clock design is not finished either, is it? Okay, we're gonna set this up. We need to get some storage. A log pile would be handy. I don't think we need a warehouse because the labor house does hold on to a bunch of stuff. Here's some resources that we can look at. Berries, books, breads, carrots, flowers. Berries? Oh, is that why my people were starving last time? We didn't collect berries. How do I harvest berries? Cut down mature plants and half-grown trees. Is that? Oh, okay. There's only one button for cut trees. This is why I was confused. I don't want to... Oh. There we go. We can cut these trees and eat those berries. Trees and plants. That was my misunderstanding. We didn't have any berries last time and everyone just started dying. Understood, understood. Housing, we could get that going a little bit later. Water, we need this watering place, which is basically a little bit of a staircase into the river. Allows the beavers to have a drink, must be placed on the water, satisfies thirst. So let's have this just set up right there. Good. By the way, there are needs and requirements and stuff for everything. You can see hunger, thirst, sleep, social life, fun, nutrition 1, 2, and 3, comfort, knowledge, spirituality, aesthetics, or 1, or 2, or 3. So I guess it gets more advanced as you go along. And that just increases your civilization's tier. Can we see the gnawing? I don't think there is a gnawing animation. No, it just kind of looks at the tree right now. But that's fine. This is early beta. Not all animations are going to be in there. Even Old World doesn't have all its animations in when they entered early playable state. So, not looking at any gnawing over there. Oh, they do have different colors. Look at that. That's nice. Wonderful. So we're getting this down. Logs 5 out of 6. So it works very much like Banished, building all of these things. Are we gathering berries? Yes, we are gathering berries. Okay, we can actually eat this time, which is good. But now looking at some of these locked buildings, you're going to start to see stuff that's a bit more interesting. Water pumps for pumps water. We have, under power, a water wheel that produces power. You know, we have these shafts, turns, no puns allowed. No puns allowed. Look, we've got straight shaft, shaft turn, shaft T-shaped intersection, shaft intersection, high shaft, and raised shaft. No puns allowed. None whatsoever. They are forbidden, and I don't allow it. The game is making it very hard. Meanwhile, there is science here. We've got the inventor's hut, which I'm not going to put down first because I think we need houses first. So let's build a block of houses. We can just go straight here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where we're going to do that. And then I assume we can just set up some dirt paths. Yeah, let's just set all this up. We'll wrap this round. Wrap this round. There we go. This is going to wrap around this way. Good. And we'll have something there. Good. I'm not sure. Can you delete? You can delete buildings. I don't know if you can like cut down these berries and stuff. If you cut them down, can you build on them? That's my question. Yes. Once they're cut down. Oh, do you not technically cut down berries? No, I suppose those are the berry bushes. Okay, once they're cut down, you can build on top of where they used to be. Okay, here's the first nighttime. They'll all be going to sleep. We've only got one house. You can see the average well-being. That's kind of the main goal of this game. You unlock the other types of beavers by reaching well-being goals. So I think for this one we need 8. Currently we have 3. This needs 11 as the eager beavers. Don't animals prefer walking on grass over dirt? Yeah, so here's one of the main things that the developers are going to have to think of. How crazy are they going to go? And all for making this as crazy as possible. Like, I want this to be like, they're already kind of anthropomorphic beavers, but I want it to be very beaver, right? I don't want it to be beavers doing human things. I want it beaver. Like, perhaps these pathways shouldn't be dirt paths. They should be what beavers like. Do they like walking on grass? Do they prefer mud? Do they prefer like little waterways? Maybe waterways might be cool. You know, like I want it to be like as character filled as possible, because there's a lot of games like this. Survival city builders have been going for a while. And Bake, thank you so much. 36 months. That's so many years. That's so many years. Thank you. Yeah, they're sleeping now. Look at this. They have sleeping noises, which is great. But yeah, the survival city builder explosion sort of happened last year in 2019. Banished obviously established it as a popular genre. We got big games like Frostpunk. We've got smaller games like Depraved. So the survival city builder became a thing. You know, there's still Flotsam on the way, I think. And there's a lot out there. Frostpunk did very well. There's Atomic Society. There's Surviving the Aftermath, right? There's the survival city builder is a genre. It's almost becoming its own genre because it's somewhere between city builder and colony management. They Are Billions. You know, that's another one. Survival city builders. Yeah. They Are Billions, kind of RTS as well, but not quite. So it became a thing. And this is coming in slightly later to the party. So it's gotta impress if you wanted to gain some traction, because we've played Frostpunk, and Frostpunk is very good. So this should be sort of something very unique and different. Now, the way they're trying to set themselves apart this time is with this stuff right here. Wooden stairs, footbridges, and scaffolding. You can build things on top of each other. So there is vertical construction. Now, that is something that's being sort of done in a few other games. Which ones is it? Is it Kubifactorium? There's some simulation, factory management, production chain games that are doing vertical construction. And it's hard to get that stuff right without it becoming very messy. But I can see a vertical beaver-based hanging gardens of a city which has waterways and waterfalls and stuff like that. That could be really, really cool. Factory Town. Yes, Emran, thank you. That's the one I was thinking of. Factory Town. It's got this vertical things. You can build these conveyor belts that go up and then they go across and they go down and they split and they go all sorts of ways, right? And that is a very, very intriguing way to go. It's a very intriguing way to bring your game in that direction. But yeah, it's got to be unique. And I actually found over my years of looking at games that personality trumps everything. Everything. It doesn't matter if you have a terrible game, if it is personality filled and interesting, people will play it, right? Even if the gameplay is bad, right? It's... Oh, RTX is eating a lot of vowels today. Okay. So, yeah, personality-filled games go far further than just good games, right? Now, sometimes games can just be so good that people play it, like City Skylines. City Skylines, I find personality-wise very bland, but it's such a good game that people play it. Whereas games like They Are Billions is often considered to be good, but not like that great a game. Even when it first came out, people said, well, it's essentially like this has been done before. Like, what's the huge hype about They Are Billions? And, well, it's because it's so steampunky and zombies and that flavor, you know, that dolce gusta, you know, the strong flavor. You know, that's why it became so popular and exploded, right? So you don't want to just throw beavers on and be like, well, it's beavers. That's all the personality you need. You know, it needs more than that. Which is why I'm happy to see that they do have these little voice lines so early on, because that's sort of these beavers already have more personality than the citizens in Foundation, right? The Foundation citizens are like, they literally T-pose and they're not doing anything, and they're just like. These beavers already have more life to them than the ones in Foundation. I would say Foundation is a more developed game right now, but personality, Foundation is missing a lot. What did we want to call the people in Foundations again? We came up with a name for them. Like, I don't want these guys to just be called beavers. They're just called beavers up there. Like, there should be a clever name for them. You know, like... What can we call beavers that have built a civilization, right? We call them foundlings, right? I wanted the people in Foundation to be called foundlings. You know, beavers should have a name as well. Meanwhile, we should set up some science, yeah? Inventor's Hut. Let's put it right here. That's fine. Yeah. I don't think there's currently any prioritizing of building things. Currently, I think I need to take people off of this. Or is it fine? Yeah. We just need this. They're currently just building the houses right now. Sim beavers. You know, it's like in The Sims. They're called Sims, right? They're not called people. It's a huge thing. It's a huge thing. That sort of personality flavor, people might think it's marketing, but marketing is very, very important. Have I ever played Heroes of Might and Magic? A little bit. Beaverins, Timberlings. Pika, that's a good one. Timberlings. Ah, because they're not beavers. They're standing up like humans and building a civilization. They are not beavers. Timberlings. I could be very into Timberlings. Lumbermen. Lumbermen sounds a bit weird. Justin Timberlings. Tandasia says Timberlings is cute. Right, like, I would call these guys Timberlings. Lumbermen feels like a little macho, I think. For these little creatures here, I think Lumbermen is a bit strong. Be misters. But yeah, like, you need that. You need that. Timberlings and Timberborn, right? The game is called Timberborn. So these creatures are born from timber. So therefore they are Timberlings. That's such a good idea. Like, developers, if you're watching this, I want you to rename... I'm saying, look, last time I said I want you to in a game talking to developers, I got called out, oh, how arrogant have you become? What I mean when I say I want them to be called Timberlings is that I think it is a very good idea if they were called Timberlings. And when I say I want them to be called Timberlings, please call them Timberlings. I think that you might have a better idea than that, though in my experience as a creator and my rudimentary experience in game design, calling them Timberlings would help the game sell better than calling them beavers. So it is a suggestion which you may or may not take, and you might have a better idea. You know, Tandersia just said Lumberkin. That's also a very good one. Like, it depends how cute you want it to be. Timberlings are very cute. Lumberkin, still cute. Not as cute, but maybe a bit more serious. Like, it depends on the vibe you want to go for, right? They should mine timberite, right? Like, if they somehow made everything wood-based, and then it really is lumberpunk, right? Technically, coal is still wood-based. Coal is still technically wood-based, and you could say a coal-powered civilization is lumberpunk. It's carbon-based. Yeah, but it's like our coal deposits are from fallen trees from millennia ago. I know it's carbon-based, but all the carbon came from wood, okay? Mostly. I think they were technically ancient ferns. Wait, are fern trees wood? Are fern trees made of wood? What are they made of if they're not wood? What is it? What is the structure? It's still carbon-based, that's true. It's not technically wood. It's not wood. What are the ancient ferns made of? Like, I mean, I say ancient ferns. We still got fern trees today. They grow all over in the tropics here in Southeast Asia. They're popular as a decorative tree. But they're not trees, they're ferns. Which means they're not wood. There's a woody structure to it. Is it technically lumberpunk if you're burning ferns? I don't know. I don't know the scientific stuff. But in terms of marketing this game, yeah, I would call these dudes timberlings or lumberkin or something like that. Like, I would change these pathways into waterways. I would give them some kinds of clothes that don't necessarily look like human clothes. That it would need to look like clothes that look like they were built for timberlings. You know, like, their architecture could be more unique than this, because this currently looks like very human architecture in terms of log cabins, I suppose. But it's like, would the beavers have door handles like that? Right? And I think these are almost as important questions as, you know, is this good gameplay? Because you can ignore a lot of bad gameplay if you're just into the world. You can ignore a lot of bad if the world is good. Yeah, they're bipedal now, so they're halfway towards being anthropomorphic. They're not anthropomorphic, but they're not beavers either. They're like, you know. So it's like all of that. It's all of that. And also, like, looking at this, there's like spirituality, right? Right? There's this fun nutrition. Let's have a look at the leisure tab here. We have campfires, we have a temple, we have a printing press, and we have a carousel. Now, these are very interesting things, though I feel like they're still very human, right? Like, the carousel, I can't click on it. I don't have 700 science points. Printing press requires paper, satisfies knowledge, which I assume is used for something later on. Maybe people with more knowledge generate science better. Like, all of that stuff is game. See, all of that stuff is gameplay stuff. Like, if I build a printing press, the Timberlings can read, and then they have more knowledge. And if they have more knowledge, when they go in to do science, they generate 50% more science or 100% more science. Like, that's all gameplay stuff, right? But regardless of what any of that is not what's gonna make people keep playing the game, right? Of course, good gameplay is important. For example, an opposite of City Skylines. City Skylines is a very good game with almost no personality, but millions of people play it. On the other hand, we have Lethis Path of Progress, where on Steam it's got like maybe 10 people playing at a time, right? It's not hugely popular, but it's so filled with personality. But it's a good example of personality isn't everything, because the gameplay itself is not strong enough to keep people coming back to play more. You play through it once and then people are like, yep, okay, I'm done. You know, lots of people have played it, but it's not something you can keep coming back to. The world is so well developed in Lethis, the whole steampunk stuff, it's great. But it's just not enough solid, interesting gameplay. So gameplay is still important. I'm not saying gameplay is not important. But if it's just gameplay, then it needs to be phenomenal gameplay. Like, amazing gameplay if you want to do just gameplay. Games that have both personality and gameplay, then you see things like maybe Caesar 3 or Pharaoh, right? They're filled with personality. All the different people have multiple different lines, you know. No sign of crime around here, you know? It's like a lot of stuff. There's some flaws in gameplay, but it's still very good gameplay. And filled with personality. So that's why they are classics that last decades. And you have people like Bianca spending 10 years making the open source port for Caesar 3 called Julius. And then you have Keryu, who continues the project into gameplay changes and making Augustus, right? Like, games that last forever like that have both, right? You need at least one. But if you have both, your game goes a long, long way. Well, look at this, we have all these houses now. We have, like, not enough logs. They can still reach more logs. We still have... Let's put more people on gathering logs. This guy's thirsty. Can we rename them? No, this is not streamer ready yet. We need to be able to streamer tip. We need to rename people. Programmers, if you want streamers to play your game, get Twitch integration that grabs names from chat to name the beavers. I don't know how you program that, I can't tell you how, but it's always a fun feature. The Sims is also very good. You know, plenty of personality, plenty of great gameplay. Sims lasts forever. EA sort of messed it up by having so many versions, so many DLC, but you know, it's still something that has lasted decades, right? The first Sims 1 came out in the year 2000. We're in 2020. Yeah, it's been 20 years. The Sims has lasted decades. You know? And I hope more developers start to consider both aspects, because I know a lot of developers are programmers. They're programmers, right? This UI looks like the UI in Foundation, because it's very developer, right? Right? A lot of developers are programmers, right? So they tend to focus on creating these amazing engines and good, strong gameplay and balance and complexity. But you need that story. You need the story. And by story, I don't mean a written story necessarily, but it needs to have that world to live in. Tech Castle, welcome. Game seems amazing. Yeah, it's Beaver Banished. I think that's a great way. Like, visually it looks fine as is. Like, you can tell there's the end of the worlds. This is a small map. Close up it looks a little... Is it low poly? I don't think it's technically low poly. The trees have 1, 2, 3, 6 sides going up the side, so it's not low poly. I know a lot of this is sort of, you know, temporary, rudimentary sort of stuff. It looks okay for a start, though. I know a lot of it just comes from engines. I don't know if this is made in Unity or what. Is this a Canadian game? I actually don't know where the developers are from. But, you know, the Canadian Beaver is filled with personality, right? The way you explain the game, that may be simple but has charm. Makes me think of From Dust. Yeah, From Dust has that sort of charm. I would say it's not a great example. From Dust is a pretty good example of personality. of charm, of world. The gameplay is not as much as that, but also the charm was not enough either. You know, Populous, the beginning, obviously had very good gameplay, and it is very filled with personality, right? So Populous, the beginning is a very good example. This is 67% growth on our carrots, I see. We have this. We're producing science now. Look at that. We've got Zulgeteb in there. Developers Poland. Ah. This is a Polish game. From Dust equals double nostalgia because it was the first game. Oh. First game I played on this channel, yeah. First game I played on this channel is not a game I would consider good. I played it because I really liked Populous the beginning. Needs maple syrup in the game. Like, they could tap into the whole Canadian thing. Like, they could have fruit trees, maple trees. Like, in terms of, for example, personality, things that don't really change gameplay, but is a personality touch. For example, is you could have different types of trees. Like, these could be birch trees. These could be pine trees. You know, these could be oak trees. And depending on where the wood comes from, the building you construct actually has a different wood color. Right? That is not a gameplay thing at all. It doesn't change the gameplay at all. But it would look really cool if the buildings were all slightly different colors because the wood came from different types of trees. Right? That's a personality thing. But it seems so inconsequential. Most people just skip over. It's like, no one's gonna care about that. No one's gonna care. Thing is, no one will say that, oh, that's the reason why I bought and played this game. No one's gonna say, I play Timberborn because the houses are slightly different colors. No one says that. But if you take that and add it on to another little inconsequential thing, and then another one, and another one, 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 then you have a developed world, a universe, the Timberborn universe with our Timberlings or Lumberkin or whatever you want to call them. Like if there's aspen trees, then you would end up with white buildings, right? Meanwhile, I have to say, music-wise, I think it's pretty nailed. I think this music choice, I don't know whether it's royalty-free or originally composed, this vibe with the music, I would say is spot on. Music choice is a huge thing in terms of how I vibe check a game, by the way. Because the choice of music reflects the taste levels of developers and creators, right? It's like watching a YouTube video, and the video's great, the content's great, but the music sucks. It's like you just want to turn off the music, right? That's a vibe check on taste level, right? So I like to listen to the music choice because I do a lot of music choice on my list videos, trying to pick the perfect tracks to reflect various genres. And I have never repeated a song choice in all of my list videos. And I've done... How many list videos have I made? It's like 6 to 12 videos since 2014. So let's say it's... maybe 50, 60 list videos so far, and I've never repeated a song choice. You know? Because I was trained as an artist, so there is that taste level. I'm not a musician, I'm not a composer, but I can listen to music, and because I was trained in interactive media, I know what songs vibe with what themes. Is this DMCA ignored music? I don't know. If there are copyright issues, then I just cut it out. but we'll find out. It's like Old World. A lot of the songs in Old World were copyright claimed on YouTube. I had to cut out some bits. You know, same with Builders of Egypt, because they're using royalty-free music that creators aren't approved to use. So, big point, if you're a developer and you want your game to be seen, make sure the songs are safe on YouTube. Marketing tip, make sure the songs are safe on YouTube. If it makes our job easier, we're more likely to make videos about your game. Or just do what Jurassic World Evolution did. Or City Skylines. City Skylines has certain radio stations which they warn you about. You cannot stream this radio station. Tropico 6 did it as well, yeah. Jurassic World Evolution, there was an options in the options menu. Disable all copyright sensitive music. So obviously Jurassic World Evolution is going to have the Jurassic World theme song. But if you click that button, it doesn't play that song. Great option to have. Right? It makes our job so much easier. Otherwise, even if we do make a video on your game, we have to turn off the music and it's not a good representation. Right? It makes your game seem worse if we have to disable all the music. So things to keep in mind on the promotional side. Though Timberborn seems to have done an okay job promoting themselves, they did contact me. What else can I build? We've got 12 science. So you need 70 science to build stairs. Jeez, okay, maybe there's something else we can build. We can build a labor flag, for example. So let's say if we want to extend our working range. So looking at what we can reach, like we can't chop down any of these trees right here. Or we, for example, can't hit those trees there. See, they're grayed out, they're out of range. If I build a labor flag here, we can have 2 people assigned to this labor flag and they can work on the further range. There's also the labor house, which allows 8 people. There is also the hauling post, which allows 10 people, right? That's a nicely designed building, I like that. I like the star on the top. In terms of power, we can put down this water wheel. How does this work? Oh, it looks like it's gonna attach to this house? I'm not entirely sure how this works. Transfers power. So these things transfer power. So we're gonna try get some power going as we continue science. We can build a campfire as well. This is a huge campfire, jeez. But okay, we're gonna get a campfire there. Decorations. It costs 20 science to unlock shrub. Okay, there are also monuments. 1,000 science points, 2,500 science, 8,000 science for the tribute to ingenuity. Needs planks and stuff as well. Oh, planks. Do we need planks for this thing? No, this just needs logs. 50 logs though. This has been built here, so it can receive workers, but I'm gonna turn it off. We can mothball current buildings, so because we don't need those 2 workers there. The inventor's hut is going as fast as it can, but it's not a lot. There is water tanks to store water. There's warehouses, which I don't think we need right now, because we're not really storing any of this stuff. The carrot field is 93% progress. Can we get anything else? We could build a carpenter, which makes planks from logs, requires power to operate. Okay, so this is a power required building. So I'm gonna try, let's say, build this here, right? We could extend this path down this way over to the watering area there. So we can't build that. That's going to be a power connection. We have to see how this power transfer works. 98 out of 100 seems like you need one. Yeah, but we don't need that much food. Like, we over-collected berries, right? We've got a little bit of comfort. Life expectancy plus 25%, walking speed plus 5%. These things matter, jeez. Comfort means they walk faster. That's why some of them are running a little bit faster. Because we're average well-being 4 now. Okay, however, I did see screenshots. Look at that, we can build up here. You can build right on top. I don't know if you could just... Oh, houses work as scaffolding. I don't know if you can get up there because we've not unlocked stairs. We could get a grill that grills potatoes, but we don't have a potato field, so that's kind of not required right now. Grist mill grinds wheat into flour, and then a bakery. So if we grow wheat, we can produce flour and get into baking. Is the beta public access? It will be on June 18th, 2020, and it will run for 4 weeks. Vertical building is going to be sort of the interesting thing here. This guy... so they live longer. Do they show how old? 18 days old. I don't know how long these guys live. I don't know what their life expectancy is. These are getting older though. I think we started with 8. Now we have 10. Like, we need more population. Oh, all of these trees are no longer marked. We have to go to... No, not delete buildings. Cut trees and plants. Mature. We need to remark this. So this probably needs to be improved to setting zones. Mark all of these. Yeah, they can go up there. Okay, we'll get to those. Because we only got... Well, I say we only got 35 out of 50. So this should get us everything we need. Oh, the carrot field, growth progress, 100%. We're outputting 65 carrots. Okay, carrots are going. What's it say? Your beavers are happier than ever. You have reached a new well-being high score. Oh, I see. This was a high score notification. Unreachable trees. Beaver has no job. Let's get 2 more onto that. That should speed things up. Possibly we want to build another science hut to double our science production. Like that. So we could have this run around like that. So we've got this nice little setup here. Okay. But yeah, we need this water wheel. We need to cut more trees. Seems like we... I don't know if they can reach that without stairs. I assume stairs can go up the side of a building, as long as it doesn't block the door. Now, in terms of power, let's speed up the game. It seems like it goes straight, turn, intersections, and then up and down. I think that's how it is. These work like power lines, I think. But I need the water wheel... Oh, there it is. I need the water wheel running. So this is generating 290 horsepower with no demand. Okay, so we need power to hit this carpenter, I think. So... I think it works like this. And then we would have... This would block the path, wouldn't it? Can they walk across this? I don't know. We can't unlock the high ones, so... I guess this is going there. And then this will attach into there. And then this turn works like that. Oh. Delete that. Yeah, delete that building. Wait. Do you turn into... Oh, you do, like that. So you can just turn straight into there. Building lacks power. Look at this! Look at these guys. They're all just sat around the campfire. This is so good. Average well-being 5. Oh, I so want these guys to be called Timberlings. Or Lumberkin. Anything, just not beavers. This is great. Look at those guys. Chigumid? Okay. Alright, we have the carpenter. Shigumid's working there, but there's no power, so we cannot produce. It seems like until we get high things, we can't have the power line and the path. However, I assume if we were to build... You could fit the carpenter straight up on top of these houses. Look at that. That's actually really good for the vertical. Yeah, that actually works really nicely. It seems like they can't reach this without the staircase. So we're gonna need staircases from path and structures. We need 70 science points. That's quite a lot. Oh, so this sitting outside means they work here, but they can't do anything. Okay, understood. Well, maybe they can walk through the power lines. I'm not sure. The inventor's hut is coming down. Oh, this is fully stored up. I guess we don't... Don't grow carrots. Like, we just need... Just have 8 people on that. Oh, they can build the lodge up there. No one sleeps there, but... Okay, those are working. Reggie's in an inventor's hut, okay. Maybe we should just go all in on science. Just go heavy science to get... Oh, look at this. So this is how power is transported. That actually makes sense. That actually does work. And the carpenter can now work using 50 horsepower, so supply 290, demand 50. Can they walk through here? Woodlings, timberlings, lumberkin. It's all really good. Since the game's called Timberborn, timberlings seems to fit the best. Oh, and that just spins around the top there. Okay. Yeah, it seems like they have to walk around this. The power lines do block paths. Let's take a couple off of this. Fekuz can now work there. Happier than ever. Average well-being 5. They're all chilling out. This is... Did we eat all of our carrots? Okay, get back to growing carrots. We're eating quite a lot now. Oh, average well-being is now 6? Very nice. It seems like we are producing planks, which I'm not sure what planks would be used for. Gear workshop. Crafts gears from planks, requires power to operate. Need 100 science points. Science progress is rather slow, but we have 3 scientists now. And just for ladders, I just want to get upstairs. We need 70 science points. Okay, we should get 70 science points today. And then we can build stuff up here. Abundant but not very nutritious food. Right, so people have been eating carrots. So they have nutrition 1, life expectancy plus 30%. Eating the berries doesn't keep them alive longer. Social life, fertility plus 50%. Okay, we have no children yet, I think. Sleep effects, none. Thirst. Beaver will die if need not satisfied. Beaver will die if need not satisfied. Knowledge effects are working speed plus 20%. Aesthetics, working speed plus 10%. Spirituality plus 30% if we got those. We'll soon die of thirst. We'll go drink. Perhaps we should double up on the... Maybe it's fine. Maybe one's enough. Anyway, I see that we have enough science. Let us unlock wooden stairs. Are you sure? Yes. So we can now build stairs. How do stairs work? Oh, they block paths. So we don't want it built on that side. So I assume we could just have a staircase there. And then we could, for example, build a warehouse out here. Like that. And then maybe have a second house up here. And then of course you can keep building up. Oh, that's too far from a labor flag or labor house. So the starting, I assume that means the labor radius only goes up one layer. So you would need to, for example, I think, build perhaps a labor flag here. And then we could maybe build another... Oh, this is allowed? Could build another staircase up to there. Let's get rid of this. Let's shift this. Maybe put this here. Or maybe it just means we can't reach it right now. We can't build that because it'll block the path, I think. So you have a staircase up to the second level. We built that. They can build from the ground level. Okay. So you have this. I'm gonna turn it off for now. Let's see if we can build that wooden stairs first. Is this... yeah, okay. Building now. Needs one plank. Oh, the stairs need planks, right. So we did need this before building all these stairs. Okay. Food, berries. Oh, we're mainly eating berries. All the carrots are gone. We ate every carrot. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that door's there, so we can't block that. But I kind of want to build another house like this. Does that work? Okay, so you don't actually need this labor flag. You could just keep building up. So we can have tier 3. So this sort of vertical construction, I really like. I really like. Fundamentally, I like it, but you need to have, like, lots of stuff to go along with it. Right? You need that personality. I want to see a multi-tier hanging gardens of a beaver city. I want to be able to build waterways and waterfalls. Again, when I say I want to be able to, I'm not demanding things of the developers. I just think it would be a cool idea. Like, if I could do that stuff, I would do that stuff. Grumpy Snarker says, not sure what to think of this. The concept is cute, but I'm not sure if the novelty of beavers building stuff can carry the whole game. Yes, Grumpy Snarker, exactly. It needs to be more than just beavers. Right? It needs to be more than just beavers. Like, them being called beavers is not enough. Timberlings. Go with Timberlings. That's a good one. It goes straight up with Timberborn. The game's called Timberborn. So they are Timberlings because they are born of timber. Hence Timberborn. It's such a good match. It's like foundlings and foundations. They need to be called something else. You know, then you make them not so much more human, but more not just straight up an animal. And then carry through this new fantasy anthropomorphic beaver culture through everything. Right? So it's not just beavers acting like humans. How do they reach the right second floor house? Where did I put the door? I put the door here. I was... There's no ladder tech, I think. You're gonna need a footbridge. 120 science points. And I could probably build a footbridge over this path. That's a lot of science for a footbridge, though. Scaffolding is for building things on it, so you don't have to use houses as the scaffolding. I didn't consider that. But I think if I build a footbridge over here, then they could walk upstairs and walk around to that door. I think, maybe. But here's another floor house. Look at that. I like that. I like how that works. We have so much housing now. A child has been born. That's nice. That's good. So technically, you could have built houses, and then you just keep building things on top of each other. You can build on top of this storage as well. Look at them, they're just storing things up there. It's cool seeing them go upstairs, and you know, it's something like in The Sims where you build like new floors and balconies. It's cool. It's cool. I once made a house completely of balconies. It was just balconies and balconies suspended off the ground. And I thought it was really cool. Now I don't know if we can... I just need to unlock... It's gonna take a while to do this. Perhaps we need to go even more into science. Let's build another science hut thing. More science. We need so much science. We need 120. Take one off there. So we got Kellen, in this inventor's hut to get us another 3 science. Okay, there we go. We're getting to science now. Just need 120. Another round should do it. But it's nighttime, and I think they stopped working. Okay. Next day. We're gonna unlock the footbridge and see if we can do it. Planks. We got 2 planks stored up. 1 berries in there. We're a little low on food, but the carrot field is pretty big. Probably should get a potato field, I guess. We'll need to take a couple people off that, I think. Okay, we got the science. Let's go footbridge, unlock that. How does this work? That should work. So then they can access that lodge. Yeah, I think that works. I think that works. Oh, that was easy. It was so good that was easy. One person. It was so good that was easy. That was so intuitive. It just worked exactly as I thought it would. Look at our little village. It looks so cool. It looks so cool. It's so nice. Ah. You can't add a tech tree. The beavers would chew it down. Evil scientist. It can't be a tech tree. It's gonna have to be something. It's gotta be a flow chart for the water rivers, okay? It's gotta be a flow chart. It's not a tech tree. It flows down, not up, okay? Farms on different floors. I don't think that would be possible. I don't know. Like the blueprint goes up there, but I don't know if you can actually build up there. But I assume that's something that they would be discussing whether they can or can't do in future. It'd be weird, like, for the hanging gardens idea that I was saying, then yeah, you should be able to have planters to grow crops. Wooden roofs are such fertile soil. Is there a dam? I don't think so. Don't think so. Hey, we got 20 science. We can unlock a shrub. Shrub. Let's get some shrubs. They cost 12 logs each for a shrub. Jeez. But that should get us some aesthetics. Gable roof. A basic roof. Oh, so you can't... To give aesthetics. I see. You can unlock power. The high shaft to get... Yeah, the high shaft gets the power going upwards. We can unlock... Oh, the temple is 300 science points. Jeez, but look at that. There we go. We got shrubs. Satisfies aesthetics in 3-tile radius. I assume that means... Do we have some aesthetics? A little bit. A little bit of aesthetics. Life expectancy is pretty good. Nutrition... Oh, so Nutrition 2 gives strength, and Nutrition 3 gives carrying speed. I assume that's levels of stuff, because we are growing potatoes, and there is a way to get a grill to grill potatoes. So we could have a grill between the potato field and the small warehouse. Oh, we did harvest carrots again, so people are eating a bit better. We have so much science going on, but it's still it seems like a lot of science, but this tribute to ingenuity kit costs 8,000 science. That's insane. We get maybe 30 to 40 science a day. Getting to 8,000 is gonna take so long. Do we still have enough trees marked out? Just cut more trees. There we go. Cut all those trees. Storage there was full, but that's fine. And that, I think, is a nice little... Oh, we got average well-being to 7! We're actually 1 well-being away from unlocking eager beavers. And I think that's a really good look at Timberborn. Again, it is early beta. It is not ready. It's not finished. There's so much more to go. I don't know if they want to go in the direction of what I was suggesting. They don't have to. They have their own ideas and vision for the project. They're just random suggestions from this creator who's only minimally qualified in game design. Minimally qualified. Depending on how you define qualifications. I am trained in game design and I have a lot of experience with watching video games succeed and fail. You take my advice as you see fit. Timberlings. Timberlings. I just like it so much. I like Timberlings. Anyway, that's Timberborn, a gamer encounters of a new upcoming survival city builder. There is a closed beta thing going on for June 18th, 2020. Gonna run for 4 weeks. And it is beta. It is beta. Okay? It's very clearly not done. It's an upcoming game. This is an early look, and the developers contacted me and said, you can have a look. Let's make sure people know it's beta. So it's beta, guys. It's beta. Not done. Timber lights. If you go on the more religious, spiritual aspect of acolytes, timber lights. Maybe if there's like little spiritual groups that organize a rebellion. I don't know. Political intrigue in Timberborn. I don't know. But I'm really a big fan of the vertical building and how easy it was to do that. Look, someone's staying in this house. Someone's staying in the house that was previously Mezzo. Mezzo's living there. It's so cool. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. Thank you all so much for joining. Do check out Timberborn. It's on Steam. It should be releasing in some form over the next year, I guess, maybe. We've got a grill to grill potatoes now, which is nice. I assume food will be vegetarian in this game. If you'd like to support the channel, please do subscribe on Twitch, become a YouTube member, or support directly using Patreon, patreon.com/, @GamersZach. You can also buy games on Humble Bundle using the referral link gamersZach.com/humble, and that's a very easy way for you to spend no extra money and still support the channel and charity. There's also a merch store, so check that out on Teespring. gamersZach.com/merch. Do join us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, @GamerZach for all of those. I'm active on those. I say things on Twitter. I do artwork, a giant mural on Instagram, and I post things on Facebook. And of course, join our wonderful Discord community, discord.gg/GamerZach. There's wonderful people there, hundreds online every day. So check them out. If you're watching on YouTube, you can click the buttons on the screen right now to see so much more content, tons of gamer encounters of new games, nostalgia for old games, abandonware adventures, and if you haven't seen them, the list videos, they're some of the best stuff. But Noper, thank you so much for subscribing, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys, bye!